Ladies and gentlemen, as we grow older, society often tries to simplify our physical needs into one-size-fits-all advice. And the most common recommendation we hear is, walk. Just walk. Walking is good, yes. But here's the truth that most people don't say out loud: walking alone is not enough. Especially if you're between 60 and 80 years old. Your body, your mind, and your spirit require more than just footsteps around the block. Today, I'm here to tell you, instead of just walking, do these 4 powerful things that will protect your independence, boost your energy, and transform how you age. Because this stage of life isn't about slowing down. It's about getting smarter with how you move and how you live. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any video. Number 1, build strength. Because muscle is your new medicine. As we age, one of the most underestimated yet most critical aspects of our health is muscle strength. While the world talks endlessly about medications, diets, and walking routines, it often ignores one essential truth: muscle is your new medicine. After the age of 60, maintaining and building strength isn't just about looking fit. It becomes a direct line to preserving independence, function, and dignity. Muscle naturally declines with age, a process called sarcopenia. It begins as early as our 30s, but accelerates sharply in the later decades of life. For people between 60 and 80, this loss isn't just about shrinking limbs or a softer frame. It's a silent risk factor that increases the likelihood of falls, fractures, joint pain, metabolic issues, and hospitalizations. Most people only recognize the danger when something bad happens: a slip in the bathroom, difficulty rising from a chair, or chronic back pain that won't go away. But by then, the body has already lost much of its foundational strength. The good news: it's not too late. Muscle can be rebuilt, even in the 70s, 80s, and beyond. Building strength at this age doesn't mean lifting heavy weights at the gym or pushing your body to the extreme. It means engaging your muscles regularly and progressively, using your own body weight, light resistance tools, or controlled movements that challenge your stability and power. Activities like squats using a chair, wall push-ups, resistance band exercises, or carrying light grocery bags with intention can all contribute to restoring muscle strength. When you do these things, you're not just working out. You're building medicine from the inside out. One of the most direct benefits of building strength is improved mobility. Strong muscles help you walk with more confidence, climb stairs without breathlessness, and rise from the floor or a chair with ease. They support your joints, reduce the strain on your knees and hips, and protect your bones. For older adults, this mobility can mean the difference between living independently and relying on others for basic needs. That's a powerful incentive. Beyond mobility, strength training plays a vital role in metabolic health. Muscles help regulate blood sugar, support weight management, and reduce the risk of conditions like type 2 diabetes. A strong muscular system improves your body's response to insulin, helps burn more calories even at rest, and maintains hormonal balance. In short, building muscle is one of the most natural ways to manage chronic disease risk, without increasing your pill count. Another crucial factor is bone density. As bones weaken with age, the risk of fractures becomes dangerously high. Strength training helps stimulate bone growth and density, especially in areas most vulnerable to breaks, like the hips, spine, and wrists. Doctors often prescribe medications for osteoporosis, but few emphasize how effective basic strength training can be as a preventative strategy. Every repetition you complete, every pound you lift, signals your bones to stay resilient. It is a natural defense system against frailty. Mental health, too, finds a powerful ally in strength training. Studies have shown that resistance exercise can reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. The act of lifting, pushing, or pulling isn't just physical. It's deeply psychological. It builds a sense of control, a renewed belief in one's ability to improve, and a profound boost in confidence. For someone in their 60s or 70s, seeing even small improvements in strength, such as being able to lift a heavier object or move with less pain, can completely change how they feel about their body and their future. Consistency is key. Muscle doesn't grow overnight, and it doesn't demand hours each day. What it needs is regular attention. Just 15 to 30 minutes a few days a week can produce remarkable results over time. The goal isn't perfection or athleticism. It's function. It's about being able to carry your grandchild, open a jar without pain, or garden without needing to sit down every few minutes. These are the real victories that strength gives you. What holds many people back from building strength is fear of injury, fear of doing something wrong, or simply the belief that it's too late to start. But the body is more adaptable than we give it credit for. Even those who've never exercised before can begin a strength journey in their 60s or 70s and make impressive gains. Of course, starting slow and seeking guidance from a professional can be wise, especially for those with existing conditions. But the most important step is simply to start. Aging is inevitable. Weakness is not. You do not have to accept frailty as your destiny. You do not have to let stiffness and decline dictate your quality of life. You have a say, and your muscles are waiting for your decision. So build strength, not to impress anyone, not to chase youth, but to live fully. To walk with confidence, to rise without effort. To live without fear of falling, and to wake up each morning knowing that your body is still your ally. In a world that tries to replace every problem with a prescription, this is the most powerful and underrated medicine of all. And it's already within you. You just have to use it. Number 2, improve balance. Because one fall can change everything. As we get older, we often focus on heart health, blood pressure, medications, and staying active. But there's one silent threat that lurks behind many age-related injuries. Poor balance. It doesn't make headlines. It doesn't cause pain in its early stages. But its consequences can be devastating. Just one, can change everything. It can shatter bones, steal independence, and trigger a cascade of health problems that are hard to recover from. That's why improving balance should be a top priority, especially for anyone between the ages of 60 and 80. Balance is not just about staying upright. It's about keeping your freedom. As we age, the systems that help us stay balanced naturally begin to weaken. Our muscles become less responsive, our joints stiffen, our vision might blur, and even our inner ear function. The body's internal gyroscope can decline. These changes happen so gradually that many people don't notice until it's too late. A slight misstep on uneven ground, a moment of dizziness while getting out of bed, or a missed stair can quickly lead to a fall that alters your entire way of life. The consequences of a fall are not minor. They can lead to broken hips, fractures, traumatic head injuries, or long-term mobility. Recovery is often slow and uncertain. Many older adults never fully regain their previous level of independence after a serious fall. Some are forced into long-term care facilities. Others become fearful, anxious, and avoid activities they once loved, all because of one avoidable moment. But here's the powerful truth: balance is not just a gift of youth. It is a skill, and it can be trained any age. The body, even in its 60s, 70s, or 80s, has the ability to adapt and improve. It only needs consistent attention. Improving balance starts with awareness. Begin noticing how steady you feel when you walk, how easily you can rise from a chair, whether you need to hold onto walls or furniture for support. These small signs tell you where your balance stands today. From there, you can begin incorporating simple but powerful exercises into your routine that challenge your stability in a safe and controlled way. Standing on one leg, for example, and may seem too basic, but it's an excellent way to activate the small stabilizing muscles in your legs and core. Holding that position for even 20 seconds each day gradually builds control. Walking heel to toe in a straight line helps improve coordination. Gentle practices like Tai Chi are especially beneficial, blending slow, mindful movement with body awareness and balance training. These aren't intense workouts, but they're effective, especially when done regularly. Another overlooked aspect of balance is the strength of your feet and ankles. Years of wearing supportive shoes can sometimes cause these smaller muscles to weaken. Practicing barefoot balance, standing on a soft surface like a yoga mat or foam pad, or doing light toe and heel raises can reawaken these muscles and improve the brain-body connection. Flexibility also plays a role. Tight hips, hamstrings, and calves can affect your gait and throw off your stability. Gentle stretching helps restore the range of motion needed to move confidently and safely. But balance isn't just physical, it's neurological. Your brain plays a key role in maintaining balance, and it needs to be challenged. Try movements that require you to shift your weight from side to side, step in multiple directions, or close your eyes while standing. This kind of neuromuscular training wakes up dormant connections and creates new pathways that keep you agile and alert. Environmental awareness is another crucial part of fall prevention. Clear your living spaces of tripping hazards like loose rugs, cluttered floors, or poorly lit walkways. Install grab bars in bathrooms and use non-slip mats where needed. Wear shoes with firm grip and support. These small changes can make your home a safer place to move freely, especially as you improve your balance through daily practice. Equally important is confidence. Many older adults lose trust in their own bodies. They hesitate when standing, walking, or reaching, and that hesitation can actually increase the risk of falling. As you train your balance, you'll notice a subtle but powerful shift. Your confidence begins to return. You stand a little taller. You move a little more freely. That quiet fear that was holding you back begins to fade. It's easy to underestimate the importance of balance until the moment it's gone. But with daily effort and a bit of patience, you can reclaim it. This isn't about athleticism or pushing yourself beyond your limits. It's about giving your body and mind the tools they need to stay steady in a world that can be unpredictable. It's about ensuring that one misstep doesn't become a life-altering moment. In the end, the ability to balance is not just about staying on your feet. It's about staying in control of your life. One fall can change everything, but one commitment to practice, to improve, to strengthen, can protect everything that matters. You're not too old to train. You're not too late to improve. And every step you take toward better balance is a step toward safety, freedom, and confidence. Number 3, stretch and stay flexible. Because stiffness is silent decline. As we grow older, stiffness becomes one of the most common complaints. Yet it's also one of the most ignored. People often accept it as a natural part of aging. A tight back in the morning, sore knees when getting out of a chair, or limited range when reaching overhead. But what many don't realize is that stiffness isn't just a discomfort. It's a silent decline. It creeps in slowly, tightening the muscles, shortening movement, and stealing independence without a sound. And by the time it becomes noticeable, it has already limited the body in ways that can be difficult to reverse. That's why stretching and staying flexible is not optional in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. It's essential. Flexibility is the key to graceful aging. It supports mobility, balance, posture, and even breathing. When the muscles and joints are supple, movement becomes fluid. Everyday tasks become easier and pain is reduced. But when the body is stiff, every motion requires extra effort. You start compensating, using the wrong muscles, and over time, this compensation creates more problems. Back pain, joint pain, posture issues, and eventually a fear of movement altogether. Stretching is not about becoming a yoga master or bending your body into extreme poses. It's about gently restoring the natural movement that aging tries to take away. Simple daily stretches can keep your body open, your muscles relaxed, and your joints well lubricated. Even a few minutes a day can lead to significant improvements. The areas most commonly affected by stiffness are the hips, shoulders, neck, lower back, and hamstrings. These are the muscles and joints we use for nearly everything. Walking, sitting, lifting, reach turning, and even sleeping comfortably. When these areas are tight, the entire body pays the price. A stiff hip can throw off your gait and affect your balance. Tight shoulders can make it hard to put on a shirt or lift your arms overhead. A tense back can make getting in and out of bed feel like a chore. All of this leads to reduced independence, which slowly chips away at quality of life. Stretching helps reverse this process. It improves circulation, bringing fresh oxygen and nutrients to the muscles. It lengthens tight muscle fibers that have been shortened by inactivity or repetitive use. It also enhances joint mobility, making movement smoother and less painful. Perhaps most importantly, stretching teaches your body to relax, to let go of tension, and to move without resistance. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Gentle stretches held for 20 to 30 seconds and repeated daily are more effective than forceful, irregular efforts. For example, stretching your hamstrings while lying on your back with a towel behind your leg can help reduce pressure on your lower back and make walking easier. Doing shoulder rolls and arm stretches can improve your posture and reduce neck tension. A seated spinal twist can restore movement to your spine and reduce stiffness that builds from prolonged sitting. Flexibility isn't just about physical benefits. It has a profound impact on how you feel mentally and emotionally. When your body is less stiff, you feel lighter, more energetic, and more capable. Movement becomes less of a burden and more of a joy. You regain confidence in your ability to handle daily activities. There's even a meditative quality to stretching. It forces you to slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with your body in a quiet, healing way. Breathing, in fact, is often overlooked in flexibility training. Shallow, tight breathing often accompanies stiff muscles and tense posture. When you stretch deeply and breathe fully, you help reset your nervous system, reduce stress, and promote relaxation. This combination of breath and movement is a natural remedy for both physical and emotional stiffness. Another benefit of stretching is that it helps prevent injuries. As you age, your body loses elasticity, which makes it more prone to strains and tears. By stretching regularly, you maintain the elasticity that protects your muscles and tendons. It's especially important before and after activities like walking, gardening, or light strength training. Stretching prepares your body for movement and aids in recovery afterward, reducing soreness and improving performance. For many people between 60 and 80, the hardest part is simply getting started. There's often a mental block, the belief that, "I'm too old for this," or "I've never been flexible. So what's the point now?" But the truth is that flexibility can be improved at any age. Your body is always responding to what you give it. If you begin stretching today, even after years of stiffness, your muscles will adapt. Progress may be gradual, but it will come, and the rewards will be worth it. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. It's about being able to get down on the floor and back up with ease. It's about putting on your shoes without needing support. It's about waking up without aches and moving through your day without restriction. Stiffness may be silent, but its effects are loud and far-reaching. It limits your freedom, and your enjoyment, and your peace of mind. But you are not powerless against it. With patience, daily effort, and the decision to move with care and intention, you can stay flexible, comfortable, and in control of your body well into your later years. In the end, stretching is not just an exercise. It's an act of self-respect. A quiet way of telling your body, "I haven't given up on you." Because the moment you start stretching is the moment you start reclaiming movement, vitality, and life itself. Number 4, train your mind. Because mental fitness is physical survival. As we age, most conversations about health tend to focus on physical well-being. What to eat, how much to walk, which exercises to do, or how to manage chronic conditions. While all of that is important, there is one area that often gets pushed to the background, even though it is just as critical: mental fitness. The ability to think clearly, remember well, adapt to change, and make sound decisions isn't just about staying mentally sharp. It's about survival. Because after the age of 60, mental fitness becomes physical survival. Your mind is the command center of your body. Every step you take, every object you lift, every decision you make throughout your day, your brain is behind it all. And when that mental sharpness begins to fade, the impact on your physical health is immediate and far-reaching. A slow reaction time can lead to a fall. A missed medication dose can lead to hospitalization. A forgotten stove burner can become a danger. Mental decline doesn't just affect how you think. It affects how you live. What makes this especially concerning is that cognitive decline often starts silently. You may notice small things at first: forgetting names, repeating a story, feeling overwhelmed with simple tasks. These signs are easy to dismiss as just aging, but they can be early warnings. Fortunately, the brain, like a muscle, can be trained. And just like you strengthen your legs to walk better, you can strengthen your brain to live better. Training your mind means challenging it, using it, stretching it beyond routine. One of the biggest enemies of mental fitness in older adults is repetition. The same habits, the same conversations, the same environment. The brain thrives on variety. It grows when it's exposed to new things and when it's forced to work a little harder. Reading books, solving puzzles, learning a new language, picking up a musical instrument, even using your non-dominant hand for basic tasks. These are all ways to keep your brain engaged and evolving. Social interaction is another powerful form of mental training. Conversations, debates, storytelling, and laughter all activate multiple areas of the brain at once. Isolation, on the other hand, can dull the mind quickly. Spending too much time alone with limited interaction often leads to cognitive decline. That's why staying socially active, whether through friends, family, clubs, or community groups, is just as important as staying physically active. Technology can also be used as a tool for mental fitness. There are countless apps and online platforms designed to improve memory, logic, language skills, and attention span. But even something as simple as watching a documentary on a new topic or following a tutorial can stimulate the brain in healthy ways. What matters most is not how fancy the tool is, but how much it challenges you to think, recall, and process. Mental fitness also includes emotional awareness. The ability to manage stress, control emotions, and find calm during uncertainty is a sign of mental strength. Chronic stress, anxiety, and unresolved grief take a heavy toll on the mind, leading to poor sleep, poor decision-making, and physical illness. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, or simply talking about your feelings can help train your brain to respond with clarity instead of panic. Memory, one of the biggest concerns with aging. It can be protected with deliberate practice. Creating associations, breaking information into chunks, repeating things aloud, writing them down, or turning them into visual images are powerful techniques. But memory also depends on lifestyling sleep, nutrition, hydration, and movement. A tired, undernourished body leads to a foggy, forgetful mind. That's why mental and physical health cannot be separated. They are deeply intertwined. Sleep is particularly critical for mental sharpness. It is during sleep that your brain clears toxins, consolidates memories, and resets for the next day. A poor sleep has been directly linked to increased risk of dementia, depression, and slowed thinking. Prioritizing restful, consistent sleep is one of the most effective mental fitness strategies available. Another vital habit is staying curious. Curiosity keeps the brain alive. Asking questions, exploring new places, listening to others' experiences, or diving into a new skill reignites a sense of purpose and wonder. When you stop being curious, the brain begins to shut down parts of itself that are no longer used. But when you nurture curiosity, you send a message to your braining: stay active. Stay awake. I'm not done learning yet. Mental fitness also supports your independence. When your mind is sharp, you make better decisions, solve problems more easily, and maintain control over your life. You don't have to rely as much on others for reminders, help, or safety. That sense of control builds confidence and peace of mind. Not only for you but for those who care about you. The reality is this: your physical body can be in great shape, but if your mind becomes weak, your quality of life will suffer. You might live longer, but not better. On the other hand, if your mind remains strong, alert, and flexible, you can navigate aging with grace, dignity, and resilience. You'll stay connected, engaged, and ready to face each day with clarity. So don't wait for decline to begin. Start training your mind now. Feed it new challenges. Keep it active, curious, and open. Talk, learn, reflect, and engage. Your brain is not a machine that wears out. It's a garden that needs watering. And every moment you spend nourishing it adds to the richness, strength, and beauty of your later years. Because in the end, a strong mind is not about intelligence or memory. It's about survival, independence, and the ability to fully the life you've worked so hard to build. Walking is a good habit, but it is not a complete solution for aging well. If you're between 60 and 80, your focus should be deeper, smarter, and more targeted. You need to build strength, train balance, stretch often, and sharpen your mind. These are the real guardians of your independence. Because the goal isn't just to live longer. It's to live stronger. Not just to walk, but to stand tall with purpose. And when you do these 4 things consistently, you'll prove something powerful: age doesn't define your limits. Your habits do. Thank you.